We're gonna do a transmission drain and fill on a Mazda 5. I've got some tools. We're gonna need a jack so we can lift up the car. We're gonna need this magnetic bowl just to hold our transmission drain plug so we don't lose it. Not that you have to have it. I have gloves. I have a funnel that bends. That way I can maneuver it around all the way to the actual transmission dipstick so I can fill it up. I do have a second one just in case if this blue funnel portion is not long enough. I have a drain pan, paper towels just to catch any splattering transmission fluid so it doesn't get all over the ground, and then jack stands. That way once I jack it up, I can slide the jack stand underneath and keep it up high. Then I have transmission fluid. This one I'm using the ATF from Valvoline, and it's about 1 gallon, which is 3.78 liters. When you do a transmission drain and fill, it takes out about 3.5 liters. So once you pour it out into the pan, you fill it up, and then your old transmission fluid you want to pour back into the bottle. That way you can take it to a dealership or some tire shop or somewhere that does oil changes. A lot of times they'll take the transmission fluid that's old. And then you are going to need a hex bit. That's an 8mm. This one, it's a kit from Walmart, Hyper Tough, the 59-piece one. But this piece right here is what we need. So this is the 8mm one. So this is what it'll look like. It'll say CRV8. That's how you know if it's the 8mm one. Here's a couple tools I'm going to add to our collection. We need a 10mm socket and a 8mm socket. And to start off, put a block of some sort. That way your wheel doesn't roll back as you're jacking it up. Next, grab your jack. You're going to want to position it to the beam right here. So there's a beam that goes all the way across. So first off, slide it in. Once it's high enough, you're going to grab your jack stand, slide it in. Remember, you do need to have it against this beam. So try to get it as high as you can, enough where you're comfortable sliding your body underneath the car. So that is high enough for me. It's good. I'm going to bring the jack a little bit down. And now take it out. There you go. It is sitting on the jack stand. And we're going to go to the other side and do the exact same thing. Slide it in, crank it back up, and keep going until it's as high as you want it. Slide your jack stand in and bring it up to the height that you like. I'm going to go just a little bit taller. That's high enough. Bring your jack back down. There we go. Around the vehicle, you're going to see 8mm screws all around and over there. You're going to see it over here as well. But on the sides, you're going to see 10mm ones, 2 on each end. One right there. And there's 2 more over there, but this one's already off for some reason. So this person came in and it's already dragging. So let's get these off. One over here. And one over here. All right, we're gonna have one more over here, but it looks like this one's already damaged, so we're not gonna worry about it coming off. Next, we're gonna take off the 10mm ones. So first one right here. And another one over here. All right, on the other side, remember you do have these, unless your skid plate is broken like this one. Then over here, we're gonna take a 10mm off right here. This is more so in the center of the car. Next one, and take this one off too. And one more, all the way on the far end. There we go. Let's get this pulled off. At this point, you need your drain pan and you need your 8mm hex. So we're going to be taking off the actual drain plug from the transmission. I'm going to connect my hex tool to kind of like a handheld screwdriver in a way, whatever you want to call it. It's a little different shape, but it gives me a little bit of torque by holding it like this. Here's the setup I chose to do. I laid out all the paper towels and I put the drain pan right there. This one is gonna hold up to, I believe, 10 quarts. Let's double check it. Oh, it's a 6-quart one, but we're only gonna need it for about 4 quarts. So I've got it laid out, and then we've got our drain plug right there, just to show you. And then we're gonna use our 8mm socket or hex for this. We wanna stick it in there. And it's gonna be pretty hard, but just go as hard as you can and just try to get it. There it goes. Nearly breaks your wrist. So, I don't know, maybe you go with something that's bigger than this, with a little bit more torque and something that allows you to just have a better hold on it. So you just unscrew that. Try to prevent it from getting on yourself by just going on the side. There you go. Wow, that is black. See how dirty that is? That is insane. It is almost a gel. So now it's pretty much done draining. It's only dripping now, so we can put this drain plug back on. I've already cleaned up the drain plug. You just kind of wipe it down, make it look better. All right. So roughly 4.5 quarts came out, which is more than all the other videos that I've been watching. It's really thick. It looks so sludgy. It's just really nasty. It needed this very, very bad. So let's torque this. It needs to be 25 to 30 pounds of torque. Now, you can do this by hand. Basically, you're just doing it by going very tight by hand. All right, let's switch this. Okay. There we go. It's very tight, and you don't want it to be excessive tight though. Excessively tight will strip it. You don't want to cause any issues. Otherwise, you have to replace this drain pan, which with this car might be a good idea. You want to move the oil out of the way of the vehicle. Just clean everything up. Make sure that drain plug is tight. You're going to be putting new transmission fluid in. So let's locate the transmission fluid dipstick. It's all the way over here in this corner. We're going to want to fill it up with the same amount of transmission fluid that we drained out of the vehicle. So let's get our funnel. Let's see if this is actually enough of a funnel. If not, we do have that extra funnel right there to make it a little longer. Let's see if we can maneuver this around, make it go deep enough. So what I did was I strung it through and it's all the way in. I pushed it in a little tight, that way it doesn't just overfill and flood through. That any excess will actually go up the tube. But let's pour it a little slow so we don't have any issues. Take off your cap and then start pouring in, but do it slowly all the way until the entire 3.76 or 78 liters has gone through. Once it's full, put your lid back on so you don't have a mess. Off to the side and pull out your filter. But you are going to have a little bit of transmission fluid in that filter, so you want to try to wiggle it around and get it to go down. Bend it upwards so you don't have it dripping out. Just like that. Let's put your dipstick back in. You're going to want to put your skid plate back underneath in the reverse order. Remember to put the exact screws back in. The front screws right here are 8mm, and then those two, they go on the sides, and then the three center ones that are a little deeper are all 10mm. So you got two here, three, so 1, 2, 3, and then the two on the sides. All of those are the 10s. You're going to put the jack back under. We're going to put it side by side right next to your stand. And you're going to lift it back up just a little bit. Once it's locked into place, raise it up just a little bit so you can break free your jack stand. Lower the vehicle. Pull it out and go to the other side. Now repeat the same thing. You're just going to bring the jack all the way back up. All right, slide it out and you can lower the jack now. Now you can pull it out. Next part, we do need to start the engine. That way we can check the transmission level. It does have to be running. So let's start it up. Now that the engine's running, you're going to want to grab the dipstick, pull it out, and wipe it. It does have to be dry. That way when you stick it back in, it gives you the accurate level. Stick it back in just for a second and pull it right back out. Shows right here, transmission fluid is full and it is a lot cleaner now. So now you can put it right back in and the job is all done. Thank you for watching my video, guys. If you liked it, please hit that like button and also subscribe if you want to watch more of my videos. In my description, I do have referral links. They have referral bonuses and ways for you to save money in life. Just simple ways of doing the exact same thing you already do every day.